What a beautiful day to train. Not because it's a beautiful day. Actually, the complete opposite. Because it's a horrible day. Cold, wet, rainy, snowy, miserable. These are the best days to train. And I'll tell you why. On a day like today, when it's cold, when it's wet, when it's rainy, when it's snowy, and when it's horrible, most players don't train at all. Most players take the day off. The weather will be nicer tomorrow, and I'll train then. I'll make up for missing this day by putting in extra work tomorrow. No, you won't. You're lying to yourself. There will always be an excuse to skip training, to slack off in training. There will always be an excuse to do less. But great players don't care about excuses. Great players take it upon themselves to train, even when team training is canceled and no one else will be at the field. Great players see horrible days and horrible weather as an opportunity. If you can get yourself out onto the field when it's cold, when it's wet, when it's rainy, when it's snowing, and when it's horrible, then you can get yourself out onto the field no matter what. You wouldn't skip a game because you knew that the other team was really good, because you knew that they'd make it hard for your team, because you knew that there was a chance your team would lose. Or maybe you would, but if you would, then you are not a great player. A great player would be up for that challenge. A great player would want to test themselves, technically, physically, and mentally. Great players don't want things to be easy. Great players want things to be difficult. Great players don't try to make things easy for themselves. Instead, they try to make themselves tougher so that they can handle it as things become more and more difficult. And how do they build that toughness? By never shying away from a challenge, whether that means competing against players who are better than they are, or against teams that are better than the one they play for. Or maybe it means seeing snow on the ground training anyway. So I just have one question for you. Are you a great player? On the next horrible day, prove it.